As y'all can see, it's going down. It's really, really going down.
So that was just
It's going down.
ago, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
It's really, really going down. Unmute. Can y'all hear me now? I think I still hear like a.
Was it an echo?
Can y'all hear me now? I think I still hear like a.
Was it an echo?
Can y'all hear me now? I think I still hear like a.
Can
y'all hear me? Anyway, y'all, I'm showing y'all this for a reason. Like this is what you call. Anyway, y'all, I'm showing y'all this for a reason.
I was just saying that happened a few hours ago.
Yeah, it happened. This happened. This was
And that
six.
was after.
This was 6 hours ago where they showed this. I was just showing y'all in New York what's going on. Now we about to go watch Israel and Hamas, the war. Hamas, the war, on PBS. This is all fair use, y'all.
Hello and welcome to the PBS NewsHour's special.
We're gonna go right to it.
Videos of Gazans purportedly stomping on an Israeli soldier's body and Hamas militants capturing women and children. Israel responded to airstrikes on Gaza.
Since this morning, the state of Israel has been at war. Our first objective is to clear out enemy forces. The second objective is to exact an immense price from the enemy.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke with President Joe Biden Saturday.
Well, the world's seen appalling images. Thousands of rockets in the space of hours raining down on Israeli cities. When I spoke with Prime Minister Netanyahu this morning, I told him the United States stands with the people of Israel in the face of these terrorist assaults. Israel has the right to defend itself and its people. Full stop.
As Israel declared war, Palestinian civilians sought shelter. Today, Hamas supporters celebrated the attacks as Commander Mohammed Def urged Palestinians everywhere to fight.
This day is the Great Revolution Day to put an end to the last occupation and last apartheid regime in the world.
On Sunday, Israel launched airstrikes as deaths continue to rise in both places.
The skyline of Gaza, shrouded in smoke, is Israeli.
So y'all, this we're gonna be talking about security. The conspiracists is gonna be talking about security in a minute, but because it's really the Israelis' security was breached. That's how the people from Gaza, the Hamas, got in. So we're gonna show y'all if they show it. I think they finna show it right now. There it go.
any claim that this bank belonged to Hamas. The Israeli Air Force attacked this bank just 10 minutes ago. We are in the main street of Gaza, Omar al-Mukhtar Street. Omar al-Mukhtar Street is the famous street in Gaza. It's full of shops, full of banks, a lot of offices belong to journalists, banks, and this.
As y'all can see, they tore that city up. It is not even a city, it's rumbles now. It's nothing there. Nothing. Nothing left. They messing up everything, but here we go.
If you see, it's empty, no people in the street, everything is closed.
Just across the Gaza border in southern Israel, battles continue between Israeli forces and Hamas gunmen. Israel has called reservists back to duty, some volunteering to join the fight. The military says it's massing tens of thousands of troops in southern Israel.
What happened yesterday hasn't happened for a long time. We need to know how to deal with it and what to do and act correctly. We are on our way to the south. We'll see what will happen. I don't know yet what we'll do there.
We're doing what's needed. We will win.
Y'all see how beautiful it is out there? It is beautiful, and they're messing all that up.
Slowly, slowly, it will be okay.
On Israel's northern border, an exchange of rockets and artillery between the Iranian-backed Hezbollah militia and Israeli forces stoked fears of a larger regional conflict. And there was word today that American citizens may have been killed or captured in the attack. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken on CBS's Face the Nation.
Margaret, we've got reports that several Americans are among the dead. We're working very actively to verify those reports. At the same time, the reports of Americans being taken hostage there too. We're working to get the facts and to find out if those reports are accurate.
Around the world, gestures of support for both sides. In Tehran, in Istanbul, and elsewhere, shows of support for Palestinians. But far greater were gestures of sympathy and solidarity for Israel. In Berlin, supporters gathered at the Brandenburg Gate. In New York City, the Empire State Building bathed in Israeli blue and white.
The third day of fighting.
So yeah, y'all, that's how they got invaded. And I thought they was gonna show how they got invaded, but it looks like, let me see.
Today, many fell with no warning at all. Just across the border in Gaza, civilians have no shelters at all. And today, Israel's rage intensified. The Israeli military said it all but destroyed the district of Rimal, an administrative hub for the Hamas government. And in Khan Yunis, bombs reportedly targeted the house of a Hamas leader. Waves of airstrikes continued to pound the strip, neighborhood by neighborhood, and in the process, razed entire districts to the ground. That's the view from the balcony. Palestinian journalist Fassia Al-Akkad shared this video from her apartment in Gaza, the view completely shrouded in smoke. Streets like this one are deserted, coated in grey ash, and lined with small mountains of crushed concrete.
The situation is very scary.
NewsHour producer Shamet Uban spoke to us from the ground there, hours after a bombardment shredded the area.
We're standing here near a Babel building that was being attacked this morning. More than 15 people was killed in this building. And 2 journalists was filming here was killed during this attack. As you see, all the building was destroyed.
The UN reported that more than 187,000 Gazans have now been displaced, fleeing their homes near the border and moving towards the sea, where a naval blockade awaits. Many have nowhere left to go.
We have fled to escape from death. We came to find death. If we stay in our houses, we die. If we go on the street,
Oh shit!
In the quiet between strikes, Palestinians carried the dead, honoring them with funeral processions through the streets of Gaza City. The ripple effects of this war are being felt across the Middle East. Israel has deployed tanks near the border with Lebanon, where residents in the Hezbollah-controlled south fear violence could escalate. And there are concerns of possible escalation between Israel and Iran. Iran's supreme leader today denied it helped plan Hamas's attack, but praised the operation.
Supporters of Israel have made false statements, including that the Islamic Iran is behind this movement. They are wrong, but of course, we defend Palestine. We are proud of them.
As politicians vie for power, the violence rages on, and people on both sides of the border feel they have nowhere left to go. After a lifetime of war, all they can do is sit and wait as another ramps up on their doorstep.
On Wednesday, the last power station in Gaza ran out of fuel as Israeli airstrikes continued.
Block by block, Gaza is being blasted into dust as Israel's punishing bombardment continues. For the fourth day straight, residents woke up to a landscape of horror. The streets of this densely populated coastal enclave are in chaos as people rush to clear the debris after Israeli airstrikes pummeled their neighborhoods. Israel says it targeted a Hamas commander, but civilians say they are bearing the devastating consequences. Abu Hassan's home was bombed without warning.
All of the people living in the house are killed inside it, and all of our neighbors. Where is the international community?
The strikes are part of Israel's retaliation against Hamas for the weekend's bloody terror strikes. Today, the Israel Defense Forces released video of warplanes striking Gaza's Islamic University. It says Hamas used it for training and producing weapons. And Israel is striking critical infrastructure, including Gaza's port. The entire Gaza Strip is under a total blockade, with more than 250,000 people displaced. Israel has cut off all supplies of food, water, and fuel. To survive, residents help each other however they can.
I send water to those who've had their houses demolished. All those who've been displaced don't have anything. All they have is suffering, fear, and horror.
And now, Gaza will soon sink into darkness. Its last operational power plant today stopped working after it ran out of fuel. News app producer Shamus Rubad spoke to us from near the plant.
This power station served all Gaza Strip, and now it's still Gaza without fuel, without electricity, without internet, without food. Gaza dying. The people will pay the price. That's this war.
Inside hospitals, it's a race to save the wounded, and supplies are dwindling.
The quantity of injured people arriving to our hospitals is huge. It will mean we will not be able to accept more patients in Gaza.
Across the border, Hamas's rocket barrage continued to overwhelm Israel's Iron Dome defense system. One rocket slammed into a medical center for children in the city of Ashkelon. All while Israelis spent another day burying their dead and promising retribution as the army calls up hundreds of thousands of reservists to join the fight.
And I'm saying here to everyone, we will wipe this thing called Hamas, ISIS Gaza, off the face of the earth. It will cease to exist.
The state of emergency has prompted a major shakeup in Israel's government. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and opposition party leader Benny Gantz said today they agreed to form a wartime unity government, a move that just a week ago would have seemed impossible, now deemed a necessity. The US has promised support, and at a roundtable with Jewish community leaders in the US, President Biden again addressed the conflict.
My commitment to Israel's security and the safety of Jewish people is unshakable. It is really important that Israel, with all the anger, frustration, and just cannot explain it, that exists, is that they operate by the rules of war.
The violence has now spread north of the Gaza Strip. Israel's promised retribution was on full show today in occupied East Jerusalem. Last night, 2 young Palestinian men were shot dead in Sinwan by Israeli border police after throwing fireworks. This morning, 24-year-old Ali Abbasi's family had gathered here at his house to mourn his death.
Security forces have just turned up to raid the home of one of the young men who was killed in Sinwan last night. They've gone into his home, firing tear gas to disperse the crowds and into the air to make sure everyone else in the neighborhood stays inside their houses.
Residents claim security forces stopped medics reaching the men and they bled to death. The anger is palpable, as is the fear of more killing to come.
The Israelis come, they arrest our young men, demolish our houses, attack our women. Why? We fear for the future of this generation. I wanted my nephew to get married. Instead, he became a martyr.
Nearby Essaouira is sometimes called Little Gaza for its Palestinian-only population and for its residents' reputation for resisting Israeli laws that they believe discriminate against Arabs. Israel's security forces have taken the name literally. After Saturday's horrific terror attacks by Hamas around the Gaza border, Essaouira was raided in full force on Saturday night.
They were furious. You didn't know what was going in their minds because they were looking for someone to get revenge from.
Osama Issawi has lived in Essaouira all his life. His is the first house after the village's entrance, and his family bears the full brunt of every raid. Since Saturday, he says Israeli special forces have invaded the village almost daily, shooting tear gas and live fire, and wounding and detaining an as yet unconfirmed number of young men. He says Palestinian communities are being punished for someone else's crimes.
We feel this kind of anger about this. We do feel that there is no justice in what's going on.
On Thursday, Israel continued
So
its
y'all,
strikes on Gaza.
like I said, she finna talk about security. Oh.
To find survivors. Gazans desperately search mounds of rubble for signs of life with their bare hands. This is the densely populated Al-Shati refugee camp, hit by one of Israel's latest acts of retribution.
You can see the destruction. We have martyrs under the rubble. We pose no danger. There were children there. What did the children do to deserve this?
In the nearby Al-Shifa hospital, the horrors of war stream in. The procession of stretchers is never ending. Inside, the hallways crammed with the injured, hospital staff scrambling to treat them. Among them, the bloodied bodies of Khadija Soulia's children. They were having breakfast when their house was bombed.
I didn't even see the house. There was nothing left of it. All of us were injured. My husband, kids. We have nothing to do with any of this. We have nothing at all.
Hospital director Dr. Muhammad Al-Salima says Al-Shifa no longer has enough beds for the overwhelming number of patients.
The hospital is unable to
Okay,
accommodate
y'all.
this large number.
So y'all can get. I'm trying to find my trying to find my thing. I don't know what happened to it. Hold on, real quick. Keep it going.
For the families of the dead, there's no hope left. The loss
So this is the
unbearable.
go-to, and I'm trying in because this situation, it seems as if America is basically running to the aid of another nation while America is needing to focus on the security.
Hold on. Let me turn my mic off. Your mic on. Let me turn mine off.
Or if they were in the middle of a case, now people are causing a distraction that looks as if someone is trying at warring with the country or causing a problem. Now, is it a security breach at the White House because of the people that basically just got 22 years for raiding the White House? They might have been been targeting that location. And now that there is someone from the Bay Area who is claiming to have been a district attorney, whom has some sort of history with being from the Bay Area, rappers, and even such as the rapper just depict his photograph with that person or somebody that strongly resembles that person with certain rappers that passed away or that were hot in the early 90s. So it is a situation to where it's like even because of those things, and because of the things that they're trying to say is a security breach, people are needing security. Even if and sometimes people are needing personal private security, like just at the home or just at the business workforce. It's needing to have been an entire fleet of security that people are having just for doing business, because we're trying to going into the jet cruise age and moving forth with being in a futuristic age, and then you got that's just common sense. It's like we're trying to move forward into the next phase of being I don't know about a citizen. It's the next phase of being having a partisanship in the United States and in the earth. So there is a sense of saying or saying that one has something going on that certain people, if you will, and then the wills, etc. So it is if you are in America, there is some liberties and freedoms that people are trying at taking advantage, or I don't want to say taking advantage of, but using those things to have just basically made a statement of their status or their involvement in just doing good things throughout their existence. And that's this is a very serious topic because it is a serious situation because while you're rising and you're on the journey of just rising, there is a entity that might have been trying at leeching on to
Hold on real quick, Kika. Hold on, Dooku.
And I know, and it's
Right. Going dead. So yeah. So as I was trying to tell y'all, the point is, and what was going on with what she was talking about is security is very important to have. If you don't have security, you can get breached, especially if you run in a country. If you run in a country, you definitely need to check your security. I don't care if it's a holiday or whatever. Don't always just let your guards down because you never know when somebody else is gonna come around. And like Ganza came in and the Israels wasn't ready for that. And so that just go to show you that you have hidden enemies and you don't even know who they are. Like they knew they had these people as enemies, but they didn't know that these people was going to attack them. So the near fact that they attacked them like that breached their security. That's why this show was called about security and how it's not just important on a worldwide level. It's important in your house, in your car, wherever you go. Hold on to your purse. Um, be careful. Watch your back, and don't let nobody sneak up on you and get you from the back. You know what I'm saying? And just be careful out there. This world is coming to a end. And on that note, I'm gone, but I do want y'all to have a blessed day and keep God first. Thank you so much. Peace.